that there's a reason why I'm alive and on this particular planet, though I would not tell you that I came from here. I don't think I came from here at all. I really don't. And I hope to live long enough to substantiate that. I really mean it. So that my music to me is very important.
I wanted to write something again, man. I can't speak, I can't say it too many times. The whole timelessness. I don't want, my art to feel dated. Right. So for me, in the process, it's a challenge to try and, create something that is gonna conjure up as much imagery as possible. Yeah. So that was one of those things. It was like, how can I, write something that's so dramatic that, it's transportive.
Being able to talk about anything and make it connect, to a listener, where the listener can either feel like you or feel like they understand you, or you have just a deeper connection through the music with the listener.
If it doesn't move me, then I don't think it's worthy enough to put out there and move someone else, you know what I mean? Like it has to be something that is personally, is something that I need personally. That's my barometer for whether or not it's good for the people.
I only work on feeling. Feeling is my only barometer of what I'm doing. And that's always been that way, even within Outkast. Like if it felt right, I ain't care what other people thought. If it felt right, it was like, I ain't gonna argue with what it feel like, and if it don't feel right to me, I don't do it. The song is more important, the music is more important.
It doesn't matter what they're talking about. They can be talking about shaking their ass, or they can be talking about saving the world, or God, or health, or healing. But if I believe it, that's when it's potent to me. And what hip hop or music or art period is all about is the real girth and personal energy that you're sharing. You're almost supposed to feel like you're not supposed to be seeing it when you're watching someone when they're really honest about something. You know what I mean?
That was it. That was my way of venting, saying, that was my way of communication even, was. And that back then it was much easier because nobody was listening. You know what I mean? Now it's like, actually, if I write it even, it's like, I don't know if I even want y'all to hear that.
People hear, I got you.
But it's still the same therapeutic process of like getting it off. This love from people and everyday people that living their life to this music, you know what I mean? And like really like, bro, this got me through such and such moment. They're really resonating with what I'm saying.
That got love for you, that respect your music, know the words to your music. Got a history and memories off your music, so that's dope. Music that never die, like, you know what I mean? Like, and I've been around for so long, you never know which song you did or at what time you could have touched these people, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody not the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's dope too, like, the longevity.
If you influence people, I think that you should consider life too precious to have them chasing the wrong things. Right. Don't give them jewelry, give them jewels.
Every song that I sing, to me, is important. That it communicates to something to someone. It is not just a song. It's something that says something to someone. It's very much like poetry or a good play, something that communicates and gets into the soul of people. That's why it's so important to me.
Only Nip can say certain lines. It's a song that only I can write because it's only true to me. Now it's true to everybody in the world if it's true because we all got the same general truths, but the specifics of it, them is the songs I need to write.
I be needing that organic shit. Like, I don't want motherfucker just to play my music because he know me. Like, it ain't gonna connect like that. I'd rather wait and let them call me like, damn, bro, like, send me this song. And that's how it be happening for me. But it's easy for me, my city. Fuck with me. I don't want to say love because, streets don't love nobody. You know what I mean? But it's all love. As far as the music, they fucking with me.
Just make sure whatever you got the people hearing is worth hearing. Make sure whatever you got someone seeing is worth looking at and not just seeing. Make sure it's worth listening and not just hearing.
Listen to the words that people say in their lyrics and tell me if that's some real, if that's real to you. You know what I mean? Listen to what they saying. Don't just bob your head to the beat. Peep the game and listen to what I'm saying and hold us accountable for it.
You know what I mean? Don't let these people dictate what we hear, or dictate what we see, you know, in hip hop. You know, it's our culture, like, stay the fuck out of it. You know what I mean? Like, this is our shit. And I just feel fucked up when let me say this shit right, because I want this to be as offensive as I can fucking make it, until they don't give a fuck about what the culture and the craft and what it really is about. I fucking hate that shit. Like, that shit pisses me off. Like, there's no fucking way that you can tell me that wow, y'all are great, because you put out fucking records that make us look stupid.
You realize that I'm a fucking adult. I'm not sitting here, I'm not listening to all of these niggas. Why? For the artists that I do like, how much time, if I'm trying to develop myself as a useful human being, do I have to sit and be entertained? And if I'm gonna just be sitting there opening myself up to be listening to some shit, what is it doing for me? You know, what did I learn at the end of this? So, like, what beauty was expressed, you know, skill, the technical efficiency, and any of that shit?
That could be what your opinion of what hip-hop is about. My opinion is hip-hop is about lyricism, and the greats who we put up on the pedestal, right? That's what they were about, and that was the beauty of us being able to learn how to do it and learn from them, right?
Hip-hop is a culture. And in that culture, there is a process in which we do things. You know, first there's the music or the beat, and then the lyrics come afterwards. The other way around, it's poetry, if you're writing lyrics. The culture of hip-hop is graffiti, it's breakdancing, you know these things. It's the spoken word, it's rap. It's, did I say DJing? It's the way we dress. It's a language that we have. It's a full culture, and hip-hop is the people. So hip-hop changes with the people. As we progress and change and grow, so does it. So
if I'm not there, it's not hip-hop. And I don't say that arrogantly. I'm not saying that arrogantly. I'm saying it truthfully. I'm the first person to say I am hip-hop. I brought the philosophy into existence. I'm hip-hop's first teacher. I'm its first philosopher. These are facts. I'm not bragging, I'm not saying that. In fact, a lot of what I'm saying is a burden, to be honest with you, okay? But let's just go with what we know to be the truth. So if you're not dealing with the truth, you ain't dealing with KRS. And they not dealing with the truth. We know hip-hop is breaking MC and graffiti or DJing. So what is all this other stuff y'all doing? It's all, and not even entertain me with breaking then. Entertain me with graffiti art then. You're not even entertaining a real hip-hopper.
This ain't no motherfucking rap battle city. Like, no disrespect to that. You know, I love rap battle, but we just wasn't that. You know what I mean? And then for the world to think that this was the palms are sweaty type, and these weak arms heavy type city, it ain't that.
Really about the lyricism and really about the delivery of what they're saying.
On God, man, I could take 7 weeks on 2 lines. I just told you I worked so hard on 2 bars, 2 lines. I go in and change a song that been the same for 6 months and just hear that the need to be the, and change. I shouldn't have said is, I should have said it. Little things like that.
I spend a lot of time by myself. Like, I spend a lot of time with myself. Because nobody can help you do. There you go. I'm the only one. I'm the only one that can at least get it out the way that's pure.
I'm not inspired. I can't really, do the music. I can't feel it. I think I put enough hours and work to be able to pen a 100-bar verse on the spot at any given moment. Yeah. But for me to actually feel an idea and a concept, it has to come from me. And a lot of times I have to block out a lot of different needs and wants, just for my own selfish reasons. But at the end of the day, it comes out where, whether you like it or not, you're going to know it comes from a real place. Yeah. And it's going to feel unapologetic, I'm not compromising, and it's going to feel me.
There was something else that was communicated, by the music and by the artist.
Back then it was just me going that hearing the beat and doing what the hell I want on that motherfucker and making it sticking to a subject or something. Now it's way more than that.
It's about the lineage and the legacy of it all and the serving as a griot. And those stories, right? You know, these are our Shakespeare's, right?
Yes.
These are our great writers.
Yes.
And if we don't keep those,
Yes.
Compositions alive, then, you know, some of that is going to be lost in the fire. So
The structure, the cleanliness, the tone, the nuances, the implications, the silences, the dynamics, the pianissimos, the fortissimos, all have to do with sound and music, and it's as close to God as I know.
So we were living it. What you hear on the record is how we heard it as we were doing it. It wasn't planned. It wasn't like, hey, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do these chords, and we only talked about feeling, you know.
So you might hear 10 beats and you don't hear words on these yet. That don't mean the beat ain't tight. That don't mean that you ain't gonna rap on it next week. You just don't hear words right now. So I go off for like, what's talking to me? Whatever convo I'm having with myself, what music supported. When I hear the record, I'm like, exactly. I don't gotta think to write a song to this. I could just go in the booth and talk right now because I'm feeling the way that this music feels.
We don't have time or the luxury to spend all of this time doing one song. We don't have it. We gotta somehow find a way that we can double up on it. Cause I did my whole album, I know it ain't all of that, but I did my whole album like 3 songs a day. Cause I was just laying it, rocking it, then getting off. You can mix it later and have niggas that love being in the studio all night, just adding a drum beat at a time and shit. You can do that after the rappers leave and shit. Niggas that love being in the studio, that just love listening for the right kick. But for while we in here and you got like 8 rappers here, and everybody drinking and smoking and shit, man, get that beat popping, throw them niggas on the track. You catch everybody freestyling, throw them niggas on the track. Boom, that's the name of the song is whatever this nigga said his last word was. We do it, put it down. Then after we finish, we walk out, everybody be here and listen to it. Like, this the hook, we go in there and lay the hook. If we don't like that hook, the nigga lay another hook, come back out here, you know, raise scratches or
The
whatever.
beat sounds fun, but it's something else inside of them chords that Pharrell put down that feels like it can be more of a statement rather than a certain tune, you know? So it put the pressure on me. It put the pressure on me to challenge myself and to actually think and focus on something that can be a staple in hip hop. And eventually I came across it. Eventually I came across it and found the right words of what I wanted to talk about. You know, it was a lot going on, and still to this day, a lot going on. And I wanted to approach it as a more uplifting but aggressive, you know. Not playing the victim, but, you know, still having that, yo, yeah, we strong, you know.
When you write in that type of, on that level, you know, like you said you just put it in anyway, even knowing that it could slip by people's radar.
You know, when you thought of the, hey, bro, I'll go ham for dead presidents. Like, you feel something, right? When you think of that, you're like, oh shit.
Like, oh shit, that's kind of ill.
Okay, yeah. All right, let me figure this out. Let me sit down with this scheme and figure it out. But that's to me, man, is the beauty of this culture.
I don't ever want to say the same thing, and so also you have to understand you have to understand your audience. There were certain things I could say to my audience in '95 that you're not trying to hear that right now, but you know what I mean. I could figure it out, and that's the beauty of it. You know what I mean. So I'm not gonna give you anything.
I don't want to say I no longer, but I rarely listen for the sheer pleasure. I'm listening for the tool. I'm listening for the instrument. I'm listening for the art. I'm listening for, boy, that was crazy what they just did.
I literally went, woo!
Yeah.
You know, gave you the squingy face.
If I don't do that, I feel like I've done something wrong. I don't know this. There's not many fabulous raps that you haven't heard one line that just, as a rapper, you tell your story. A lot of times you're saying the same thing, but in different ways. And that's what my challenge is to find new and creative ways, new flows, new ways to say your lifestyle, what you live in, what you're doing, what you're on. And also make you, well, that was an ill line right there. And
Okay, he was hitting these syllable schemes right here. Every single syllable, there's 5 syllables there, or 7.
Right.
And he was hitting these right here. And he started a new syllable scheme rhymed with that syllable scheme, and then came back at the end and rhymed with the you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that helps people like really
to understand the genius.
You're trying to figure out a way to make this verse better than anything you just did prior to it, right?
Word.
Each fucking verse is like, that's how I feel when I listen to you. I'm like, oh, he's still fucking with different flow patterns.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
good
Like,
looking.
and cares about it, in the
Deeply.
pockets, and like, I don't ever know where your rhyme's gonna fall at. And I don't know how many syllables you're gonna fucking hit, but that's the other thing is like when people are like, we don't care about the syllables and all that shit. Yo, you need to, because that's the craft of
hip-hop.
Doing it.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't need
MCing.
to.
That's an MC, yeah.
Master the craft. You know what I'm saying? After all the strategies wear off and all the approaches, you know what I'm saying, get tried, everybody gonna realize it's about the music.
You know, you kill the ego and you make it about the music, make it about the art, and live your life.
Being creative is the nucleus of that. You know, anybody can say they're a rapper or a dancer or something, but the creative part of it is what's special about it. You know, the more creative you are in a cipher, the better you are as a freestyler, or a DJ, or someone who could put a playlist together, or a graffiti artist. You know, the more creative you are, you know, in this thing, the further you'll go.
Exactly. I never know how a song is gonna turn. I may think I know, you know, but it may come a whole new direction. It may give off a whole new entity of its own. You know, from the approach to how I wrote it, to me going in the booth just freestyling. It usually comes across with no sign of how.
It's hard not to keep being creative. If you're a creative person, it's just gonna be, it's up to you to want to put the creation together. And that's why I said, until I don't have that energy to want to, them words that keep popping up in my mind when I can't watch TV without words, analogies, and trust me.
Love and a passion, and it was the first thing in my life that I could sit down for hours and hours and hours, and just stay on this journey until I'm done writing this song, or until and I could sit and record for hours, just done from love.
Not only how well you do something, but if you were the first to do it. Rakim was the first person that I heard that started using like inside rhyme schemes, and coming back at the end and hitting the, you know what I'm saying? So he did something that hadn't even been thought of yet.
Original.
Yeah, it was like, and he single-handedly pushed the genre forward to be more complex lyrically.
And I'm like, this dude is nasty right here. It's like, how'd your pen get so crazy? And he looked at me, you know, Sean P. He looked at me, he's like, I'm better than niggas. That's like, yeah, classic. So that makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense right there. So that's how I approach it now, like, better than niggas. Right. With everything. That's how I gotta approach every not just with the pen, but every aspect of life. I'm better than niggas.
I've been spitting for 20 years.
You need to believe, yeah?
No, ain't about believing. It's about loving what you do and doing what you do for the pure enjoyment of knowing that you're the best at what you do.
Okay.
Yo, couldn't nobody fuck with me then, couldn't nobody fuck with me now, yo. Can't be serious, dog. Can't nobody, no fucking body fuck with me with this rap shit, yo.
Are you kidding me? Like, I do this. Like, I've been doing this a long time, so sometimes you have to throw your stats out there to remind people, your last shit ain't better than my first shit. Yeah. You know, it's a true statement to me. Like, yo, this is, you know, I'm the real deal.
I feel like a lot of hip hop artists my age are not putting out a lot of material, so I can't look to them as a reference. They're kind of slowed down, and for whatever reasons, I understand it's a tough thing.
Track record is one thing. The right now is a whole nother. I can't put anything else out in the world if I'm not excited about it, because how can I expect you to be excited about it? How can I expect you to think, oh, this is raw, oh, this is fresh, if I don't feel that way?
Like, so many, how the hell are you gonna stand out? You know what I mean? And not only is it so many, is all of y'all sounding the same. It's hard to try to stand out within all that.
Right.
And if you know how to say, if you stand out within all that, well, you're doing something.
I just play my role. I chill, do me, I be myself. No matter who I walk in the room with, I just always be me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like, I feel like niggas adapt to that. Niggas appreciate that about me. Like,
niggas can't fuck with me.
Niggas ain't real as me. Niggas ain't live life how a nigga live life, make the decisions a nigga made, or the sacrifices. Niggas ain't stand up when it was time to stand up.
When I'm coming up, niggas is like, yo, who with him? Like, who he with? Me, nigga. By myself, man. I do what the fuck I want to do. Ain't no school for this shit. Ain't no school for this shit. You gotta be smart enough to pick up the information as you go.
You know, when I came out, originality was a must. You had to sound like you had to be you had to have your own everything.
When you are who you are, that's what they want to see. You get what I'm saying? Like, if that's you, then that's what's gonna count for you. But if you not that person,
Before I got in the game, I was like, I'm gonna be an artist that stick to my shit and really represent what I represent the whole way through, or do my best to keep it authentic and keep it as pure as I could.
I don't watch videos. I don't want to be influenced by what somebody else is doing. I don't watch anybody perform anything. I want to know that what I'm doing is strictly me. If you believe them when they tell you that you're the greatest, you're gonna believe them when they tell you that you suck. So fuck what a nigga think or say about me. Mostly don't say it to my face.
I've always thought that I was shaking people up, but now I want to go at it more, and I want to go at it more deliberately, and I want to go at it coldly. I want to shake people up so bad that when they leave a nightclub where I performed, I just want them to be to pieces.
I'm there to bring this shit down. If you see me in a situation like that, you should say, yo, watch out. Something's about to happen. Turn your cameras on. Something's about to go down. Why is Chris here? Why is he here? Something's about to, he gonna say some shit right now.
I want to quietly destroy him. That was my mission.
So I feel sorry for whoever the next person is at battle, because it's gonna be bad for whoever always had, like, you know, a lot of raps, remember, just in case anybody wanted to come up at any given time.
Best, I mean, I'd have to say me. You know what I mean? I'd have to say that on the strength that, you know what I'm saying, I write what I like to hear. You know what I'm saying? And niggas been doing it for a mad long time. There's much respect and all that, you know what I'm saying? So you can't take nothing from nobody. But, you know what I'm saying, I'm sure every artist here would feel the same way. We're the best. I am. I mean, they'd all say that they are.
And then when you love what you do, you want to be the best at it. You know, you don't make music to be second best. You make music to be the best. So whatever you do.
I still approach every song with, quote unquote, I'm the best rapper alive mentality. So I'm still competing with myself.
That's cool, but the only reason that we up here talking is because I do this and I get busy as an artist.
It's raw. Whatever you are, you bring it to your art, and then you start learning shit, and you gotta figure out how to keep the rawness in it. From learning all these ways to be more effective, you gotta learn how to not let the raw material get filtered out. And then from all these rules, you realize that's only one rule, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? Which is like, tell the truth. You know what I mean? Draw from your experience, tell the truth.
You can look at a person, you can have a conversation with them, and you know if, whether it's the music or who they identify themselves with, if it comes from an organic place, a real place. They know when it's real.
Absolutely.
And they know if they can feel it, And I felt, the stories they were telling, whether it was fictional or not. These ideas that they was putting down made me believe, any and everything that they were saying, because it just came from a space of whether a realistic point or just their imagination being so strong, and so heavy. Absolutely. That you just get bombarded into their ideas.
It always been turned up, like especially like in the Midwest and in Detroit. Like you come to Detroit, you're not gonna hear like mainstream artists that was from Detroit getting played. When you riding in the streets, like you just outside, you gonna hear all local music. You got a dude who really lived what he rap about, like all that. Like people can vouch for him, and how is y'all not understanding what to do with, you know what I mean?
Facts. These are not just lyrics.
Rhymes. They not just rhymes. Not just story.
You could wiki this.
Books are written. Documentaries are done. We all know this. So what is all this other stuff? Like what is this other stuff that you're calling hip hop? That's not hip hop.
As far as I'm concerned, it's their choice. But I choose to reflect the times and the situations in which I find myself. That to me is my duty. And at this crucial time in our lives, when everything is so desperate, When every day is a matter of survival, I don't think you can help but be involved. Young people, black and white, know this. That's why they're so involved in politics. We will shape and mold this country, or it will not be molded and shaped at all anymore. So I don't think you have a choice. How can you be an artist and not reflect the times? That, to me, is the definition of an artist.